Hey, what's going on, team? It's Ricky with TechBot Solutions. Hope that you guys are all having a good start to the morning. I'm going to start sharing my screen so you guys can see exactly what it is I'm looking at. This is the TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform. It's a free platform for all those that want to know what it is that I'm using to trade. You don't have to use it. It's what I use. But yeah, there's a bunch of videos on YouTube on how to get started using it, and I have the top one as well. I want to show you guys my overall profit update on the day. $1,010.60. I'm absolutely done trading for the day. I want to talk about, very simple, I do these videos every single day and it's just recapping my trades. I'm done trading for the day. Today's Friday. Yesterday, super blessed, super thankful. I had over a $4,000 day. Today, hit $1,000 profit, trading live with the Learn Plan Profit people and the team. So they get to watch me trade live every morning. If you want to see what that's more about, click that second link in the description. We actually have a video in there for you to check that out. But one of the main focuses that I had today is direction. So focusing on something that was actively trending up, understanding previous resistance levels and when to sell. And then the last thing is understanding when something is so overbought that it's due for a pullback. And that's how I made all my money today. I will explain to you exactly what I mean by that. So I saw that natural gas shortly before the market began to open, it began to indicate signs of an uptrend pattern. So what I did is, again, I don't trade futures, but I trade ETFs. And /NG, just like I talked about yesterday, was consolidated. It then began to make higher highs and higher lows. And I made this video last night at around 10:30 p.m. Feel free to check it out. It pushed up, pulled back, pushed up, pulled back. It was making higher highs, and the direction, right, was showing signs of an uptrend. The pattern was showing signs of an uptrend. So in my eyes, it makes it that much easier to be able to sell for a profit. So what I waited for is, yes, it's uptrending, but I want to make sure that I get it for a good deal. So it pushed up and then began to pull back, and then it began to consolidate right around the SMA line in the middle of the VWAP. I began to add to my position size when it came down to trading ticker symbol UGAS. I was able to make a little bit over $616 as it got close to, not even at that exact price point, but as it got close to 28.60. It continued to push up. I didn't know that it was going to push up. I'm just selling based off previous patterns. That's all I have to go off of. And originally, because it pushed up so much, because I saw it being so overbought, I took a position on DGAS, which is the inverse ETF. So as this thing approached this general support, you know what I do, right? I try to buy the dip, so it sold off. I bought a couple shares. I bought a total of, I think, like 600 shares, 400 to 600 shares. If you're part of Learn Plan Profit, you can rewatch that live stream. But it sold off, sold off, sold off. And then with /NG, it peaked out, began to consolidate, and then began to sell off. And then it broke below the EMA line. That's when I added more to my position size. And then ultimately sold off, locked in profits on ticker symbol DGAS. Did not make a huge amount, a little bit under $400. But now guess what? We're consolidating. So now it would almost make sense on why this thing can begin to show signs of an uptrend. But it's Friday and I already hit my daily goal and there's no reason to force it, right? One of the things that I've seen myself do is overtrade, especially when I'm trying to chase a dollar value. It's great that I was able to identify, a decent, like the overall direction, the pattern, and identify something that, like, when this thing pushes up, I can make money off of that. And then when it peaks out and becomes overextended, then guess what? I can trade the inverse ETF and make money as that begins to sell off. So it's kind of like the best of both worlds. Now natural gas is a little bit more on the overbought side, just like we talked about in yesterday's video, right? If you guys see how it's been trading, so we can put it on the 20-day 1 hour chart. And I literally talked about this yesterday, that it sells off and then pushes up. It's a descending pattern. It's making lower lows and lower highs. It sells off very aggressively and then pushes up. It sold off very aggressively yesterday. It consolidates, and I talked about that it was showing signs of a consolidation yesterday. I didn't know which direction it was going to be going. All I knew is that if it defined a direction, up or down, I can make money off of trading the ETF or the inverse ETF. It began to indicate signs of an uptrend, and look at the MACD, look at the RSI. Now with this descending pattern, if it continues, then it makes sense on why this should sell off. So maybe it would make sense to maybe keep a close eye on DGAS. It does not mean that you have to trade it. It just means that, hey, we're here to identify patterns, see if they actually follow through with it, and if it actually makes sense. Feeling comfortable with what it is that you are trading with. So again, overall recap, $1,010.60. Super happy, super blessed, super thankful. Again, the Learn Plan Profit team got to see it happen all live. And if that's something that you guys want to be able to experience, again, the only thing that I offer is if you want to, right? Is if you want to work with me on a closer basis, you want access for a lifetime to the beginner-friendly A to Z video lesson library of learning how to trade and how I trade. That's the best way to put it. And working with me on a closer basis and watching me trade live, then click that second link in the description. We do run the largest YouTube channel, and we also run the largest private Facebook group for those who trade in the stock market. That's that first link in the description if you want to join. But I appreciate you guys' time. Feel free to leave any comments down below. I hope I earned your thumbs up. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. I wish you guys an amazing weekend. Take it easy.